Hey folks, Joe Bongiovanni here from the Kettle Pond Institute for Debt-Free Money. Oh, my partner Pete Young and I have been trying all the time to deliver some more videos, and we've been unable to. And Pete's trying to now get the thing resolved with the call recorder people. And in the meantime, I decided I was just going to try to put this video out there. And the subject of this video is the reason for debt-free money and the significance of debt-free money and the importance, therefore, and therefrom, okay, of the bill that Congressman Dennis Kucinich has introduced in the Congress to institute a system of money that is debt-free at issuance, okay, paid directly into existence by the government as part of its ordinary government operations. But the really important thing is and the reason why this is really important today is because we're confounded. We're more or less paralyzed by the fact, and in our economy and in the economies of the various countries of the world that have all adopted the debt-based money system that we call fractional reserve banking, because we don't have anything else to call it. We don't need to call it anything else. We just call it the money and banking system that we have. But it is a system in which no money can come into existence except by issuing a debt. And the culmination of approximately 100 years of having this debt money system in place is this economic paralysis. So what's the issue then? What's really the most important issue that we think that people should come to understand and to think about as a basic foundation, background issue? And it is this: we need to figure out how to have money, which is the medium of exchange for the national economy, and nothing except the means of exchange for the national economy as far as the national economy itself is concerned, without having any debt associated with it in order for it to exist. Now, this is a concept, this basic, kind of concept about debt-free money was primarily first introduced into economic discussions by Nobelist Frederick Soddy, who was a Nobel Prize winner in chemistry, who upon seeing that the benefits of science were not accruing to humankind, but were accruing to first militarization of and industrialization in ways that actually hurt humankind, to trying to figure out why we had a system that could not deliver the abundance that mastering the science of thermodynamics actually that we couldn't bring that into plenty and abundance for the people. And so he studied the economic system as the method by which it's delivered, and found under the economic system that it had a failed design in the money system. And I invite everyone to read Frederick Soddy's lecture on Cartesian economics, in which pretty sure the title is on the bearing of physical science. That is to say, the reality of everything that we know about science, on the bearing of physical science upon state stewardship. State stewardship. You have a national economy, you have state stewardship of that national economy. Otherwise, you don't have a national economy. And you either have a national monetary system that enables that state stewardship to provide, and on a physical reality level, the delivery of the potential abundance that the physical economy can deliver or not, in which case he found not. Okay? And in his lecture on Cartesian economics, he laid out the fact that why the applying of physical reality and the applying of physical science necessitates a use of the money system to sustain human well-being is just as important to life as the sun is to life on the planet. That is to say that all energy derives naturally from the sun, in our case from the sun, in our system. And we have to treat the world going around and the benefits of the people of the world as if the sun must continue to flow. Now, he relates that to the fact that you can't keep taking out sun, okay, which is what happens when we get into something like the fractional reserve banking system, okay, that the continuing withdrawal of the tax from the inflows of the wealth-creating potential of energy that we all possess, that we all deliver, that we all participate in, that cannot be sustainable, okay? And so he says we need to apply a more holistic, more physical reality-based method for having a money system. And in so doing, he came out with, and is talking about now into the 1920s primarily, okay, and then right on into the 30s, in which he came out with his proposals for what needed to happen to reform the money system. Now, most of the reforms that he started to bring out in the 20s and into the 30s have actually been implemented in the monetary system. But one has not, and that is the creation of money without debt. Okay? So, people throughout history picked up on Saady's work and built upon Saady's work, and there's now a field of economic thought called ecological economics, okay? And although most people will say that it didn't really start, until in the 50s and the 60s, in fact, when you look at the foundation that people applied to ecological economics, you will find it in that physical reality. When I say that, the real physical reality of understanding the human system in relation to the planet that we're living on, and having a monetary system to deliver the potential from this planet, to the inhabitants of the planet, as we are these supposedly intelligent inhabitants of this planet. Now I want to turn this around. So I want to say there's a foundation issue there, and to me, you cannot avoid that foundation issue. We have to tie together the existence of physical reality, okay? In other words, how are we going to preserve the environment that we all need to share if we are not able to have a monetary system that does not allow the externalizing of any of the negative effects of industrialization or modern civilization, modern economies, to be put off onto the commons while the benefits of it are taken upon for private gain, so that transaction cannot in fact continue to happen. We have to internalize into the cost of utilizing the resources of the planet with a monetary system that ensures that it happens. Now, so what's going on today? What's going on today? Well, what we have today is an incredibly productive system in the national economy, in the global economy, okay? An incredibly productive system. We're able to produce incredible amounts of wealth, of real wealth within this economy. We have the people that are intelligent, trained. We have people wanting to work and willing to work, and all they want out of it is a living wage so that they can have a reason to get up and go to work. And yet, we don't have the ability to put those people to work. Why is it that we have 25 to 30 million people sitting on the sidelines in this country not producing anything? The answer is debt. That's the answer. When Christine Lagarde says I've never been so afraid. She means afraid of the collapse of the financial system. How does the financial system collapse? The financial system will collapse under debt money on the days that we recognize and therefore have the impact, okay, of the fact that we cannot create enough debt money, debt-based money, new debt-based money, to make the interest payment on the debt-based money that's already out there. That's the collapse. That's beyond insolvency. We're already insolvent. Okay. Our national economy and the global economy is a dead man walking. Now it's being kept up by the fact that we have intravenous feeding mechanisms. We have mechanisms that allow us to continue to pump things that serve as if it was something that was keeping the economy going. But it's not. If it was keeping the economy going, we'd have more and more people, working all the time, and we don't. Okay, and so what we have is a system where we have too much debt, and in order to pay down debt, because all money is debt, we keep taking money out of the economy. And you have liberals, like Paul Krugman and many others, okay, who say that the thing to do about that is just to ignore the debt. Is to ignore the debt and just continue to have the government, sector, as if this was a problem of economics. You see, it's not a problem of economics. It's a problem of the bearing of physical science upon state stewardship. Is what it is. And Paul Krugman doesn't recognize it. He sees everything as the economic. So in other words, it's all boiled down to a Keynesian versus post-Keynesian versus, what have you, form of a discussion. Now, who has the most information about that, etc., etc. And it's not about that. If we are going to be able to put the people back to work and to achieve the benefits that having all of the capacity that we have to deliver a productive economy back upon the people, to the people who actually will create the wealth by using their labor and their energy inputs. Again, this all goes back to Sadi's concepts, okay? If we're going to be able to do that, then we need to be able to have a money system that can function without debt. Now, that doesn't mean there won't be debt in the economic and banking system. That once money is created, is issued, I should say, and it is deposited into the the system of banking that we have, then there will be plenty of debt. Then anybody that wants to do the things that economists say that we do when we take out loans will persevere, and it will be inconsequential because we will have established a permanent real money system. And you have to be able to understand the difference between the permanent real money system and the false, what Sadi called the confidence trick of fractional reserve banking against against the real money system. And as soon as the people the people that think of themselves as progressives, and I'm going to throw a bunch of names out here because I keep watching the Young Turks, and the War Room, and Ed. Hey, Ed, it's the money system. If you can get the money system, you can get the people back to work. You're not going to do it with taxation, okay? You're not going to do it with, a renewed fiscal policy, Ed, okay? The answer is you have to understand the money system. You get the money system turned around and put it back in control of the people, okay? Then we'll have an economy that actually works for all of us. So the issue is debt-free money. No, that's one way to say it. The issue is how to create money and to have money that will enable the national economy to grow without having debt associated with it. That's the key that's out there. That's the not the mystery, okay, but it's kind of the riddle that's out there that needs to be solved. Thank you.